Students, parents, and the entire community are still coming to grips with a school bus crash that sent more than 20 kids to the hospital. KHQA's Chad Douglas is live this morning in front of the Blessing Hospital emergency room where most of the injured were taken. Good morning, Chad.
Well, Kristen, as you can imagine, it's a parent's worst nightmare. Getting the phone call, your child's been involved in a crash and they don't know the condition. Now, we can tell you the condition of most of the kids this morning. They were treated and released from the hospital last night. Lewis County Sheriff David Parrish does tell us there's a handful of students still at Blessing Hospital here behind me, but he says their condition is stable this morning. As for the bus driver, he suffered only minor injuries. The school district itself is not releasing any information, they tell us, until 9 o'clock this morning. And we spoke to one parent about how anxious he was to find out how that crash happened.
This community is pretty good on keeping their stuff up, and the drivers are real good on good drivers. So it's just, I don't know what could have happened.
Authorities say it could be weeks before we know of the accident and what caused the accident, rather. Take a look at this video. It's actually of the bus being turned upright from the accident. It's happened late yesterday afternoon, so you can get a sense of how bad this crash was. It closed down Highway C for a while. It is now back open this morning. The Highway Patrol is there investigating as well. Here's what we found out overnight about the passengers on the bus. The Missouri Highway Patrol report we looked up this morning shows the oldest student is listed as 12 years old and the youngest is listed at 6, but many of the ages were listed as unknown. Kristen?
So what we do know is more than 20 students were sent to the hospital after this crash that happened on Route C. As Chad said, Route C in Lewis County has now been reopened. They do not know what caused the crash, but this car did skid and flip. The bus did skid and flip over on its top. Now with us now, again, like I said, is Sergeant Brent Bernhardt from the Missouri State Highway Patrol to give us an update and the latest on this investigation. Good morning, Sergeant.
Good morning, and thanks for having me.
Yeah, so we're starting the investigation now. There's no known reason to why the accident happened.
Well, obviously, we're following up. This is a pretty busy time for us as far as the investigation is involved. The major crash team, Missouri State Highway Patrol's major crash team, will be back up today to use some mapping stations to actually get all the needed information from the scene. Certainly the students and the driver will be interviewed. Many of them were interviewed last night, but certainly we have many more to follow up. And then after that point, the bus will be inspected by the Missouri State Highway Patrol. And then we'll compile that information to determine the cause of the traffic crash. Right now we have 29 injuries, including the bus driver, so 28 students were injured and 3 were listed in serious condition.
Now, yesterday you were live on that scene. What was it like?
Well, obviously any serious traffic crash is something that's very tragic to be a part of. Anytime that you're around children that are injured, it certainly is a very tragic time, and our first number one priority is to make sure that all the students are okay.
Now, Route C is opened this morning, so is it going to be business as usual in the area?
It will be business as usual in the area. The patrol's major crash team will be in the area today, obviously gathering information from the scene. It is a very detailed and comprehensive investigation that we'll be conducting because the seriousness of the nature of this traffic crash.
Now, is there anything parents need to know? I can only imagine that parents want to know information at this right moment as to what happened, but is there anything we can give them to kind of ease them?
The number one thing that we do want to pass on is school buses are a safe mode of transportation, and certainly they haul millions of kids throughout our country each and every day. We don't have a large number of school bus traffic crashes, but certainly this one did occur, and it's something that we take very serious when we investigate it.
All right, Sergeant, thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Thank you.
All right, have a good day.